Hello, everybody, and welcome to P3. This might be a different video than what you're used to seeing, as it's not a podcast. I am actually joined here with BestPalAl to talk about Cube Koga. So, if you aren't familiar with Cube Koga, it is basically a nest for all the cubes that are run in the Discord, and even more so as more people are starting to make their cubes on the site. It's been very exciting. I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't. But I have BestPalAl here, who's going to be basically explaining the site. So, how are you doing, Al? Glad to have you.
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Excited to be here to show this off.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it took a lot of work. So I have to ask, what brought you to make this website? I know everyone in the Discord was really excited for this to come out, but definitely can see the amount of work you had to put into this. So really curious to see what inspired this website.
So the main motivation is I love Cube. I think when you build a cube, it's really cool sharing that with people. And there was no platform for Pokemon for sharing cubes. I think just having everyone's cube in one central place where you can easily, browse, find new cubes, and just really explore what's out there. Maybe get some ideas for when you're building your own cube. I just thought that would be a really cool project to work on, so I just decided to do it.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome. I mean, who doesn't love Cube, right? Especially if you're watching this channel. It is a really awesome place to build your own cubes. It's so easy, and I feel like there's always more popping up there. In fact, if you go on there right now, you can see all sorts of cubes that other people have made. So Al's going to walk us through basically how the website works and what you can expect when visiting Cube Koga. So Al, without further ado, take it away.
Okay, so this is the front page of Cube Koga. You'll see each of these blocks represents a cube that's on the site. So we've got these mutant cubes. They've got this sort of pink purple banner and traditional evolution cubes. We've got the cube name, a brief description of what the cube is. So here we've got a 720 card mid-power Gen 3 cube. So we know this cube's focused around the Gen 3 block of Pokemon cards. And I can scroll down and we can see there's loads of cubes on here already. But I'm going to click into this cube and we'll actually see what cards are in the cube. So what Cube has done is it's grouped all the cards by their evolution line. So you see here we've got a Crobat evolution line, we've got a Blaziken line, a Swampert line, and they're all grouped from the top down to the bottom. So we've got the stage twos, the stage ones, and the basics. And as we hover over a card, nice preview of what that card does. So it's just a really clean sort of way of visualizing a cube. We're used to seeing cubes in spreadsheets mostly, with set codes and set numbers, and not everyone knows what those cards will do, just based off of the set number. Whereas this, anyone can dive in. They can easily come in and see, oh, what does this card do? Oh, this is interesting. What does this card do? Which is just really cool, I think. So this is what a cube will look like when you've finished building it in Cube Koga. There's also a Cube Visual tab. If we load the Cube Visual tab, we'll actually see each individual card in the cube, and we can scroll down, and we can see, I think it's ordered by the types currently. So we've got the grass, followed by the water, followed by the fire lines, and so on, all the way down to the bottom. And we've got basic filtering options. So, if we just wanted to see the supporters, we can uncheck the other categories, and now we're just looking at the supporters. So we can really sort of um, change what we're looking at. Fully customizable view. So that's really cool. So I'm going to show how we can get a cube into Cube Koga. So you'll have to sign in with Discord, but once you've signed in, your Discord name will be in the top right, and we just go to create new cube, and we'll just get a pop-up. So I'm going to call this, I don't know, P3 podcast cube demo,
I like the name.
because why not? And we have to choose. This is the first decision we have to make. Do we have traditional evolution rules or mutant evolution rules? If you don't know what mutant is, um, usually it means, for example, any basic grass Pokemon can evolve into any stage one grass Pokemon, can evolve into any stage two grass Pokemon, and so on. So we'll just build a traditional cube for this demo. And I hit create cube, and there's no cards in here yet. Added cards will appear here, it says. So um, let's say we wanted to add a Charizard line, for example. I just have to go here where it says add cards. I just search Charizard in the box, if I could spell, and all the different Charizards that have ever existed are going to be loaded in this preview window here. And we basically need to decide which Charizards do we want in the cube, which Charizards do we not want in the cube, and we check the ones we want, and they'll get added to this list on the left. So something like four Charizards. These four might not be that balanced, but just for demo purposes, I'm going to pick these pseudo randomly. I'm going to add some Charmeleons now. So we've got six Charmeleons, and now some Charmanders. And another cool thing is if you're building perhaps by the block, like block cubes, we can filter based on sets. So if I wanted just all the Charmanders from the Diamond and Pearl era, I could put Diamond and Pearl in this drop down, and now we just have the Diamond and Pearl Charmanders. And then once we're happy with our cards, we just hit Save Changes. And this is going to build our evolution block. So we've got the Charizard line here. Okay, so super easy to make blocks of cards. Say we want a Kingdra line, perhaps for our water. I just go in, hit some Kingdras. Let's get some Seadras in here. I just want to show you how it sort of builds it up and splits it out by type and so on. So let's get some of these in. Now we've got our Kingdra line. So you'll see how quick it is. We can do supporters in here. So if we want Cynthia, for example, we get all the cards with Cynthia, add some of those. Lily, maybe. I'm getting all the Lily pups now, but if we get some tool cards in here, maybe some escape boards, some escape routes, and let's get a stadium, for example, giant half. This is a bit of a wacky cube, but you can see how it splits the Pokemon and the trainers. So we have all our Pokemon along the top, all our trainers along the bottom. So it's just a really clean view of how we can visualize the cube.
So if the Pokemon are like mixed types, so let's just say you had like a Delta Horsey in there, does it just keep it within the Kingdra line, or is there any divide there?
So I'll go back to the RSPK cube for this. So it will group it by evolution line. So here we've got a fighting type Blaziken EX, but it knows that it belongs to the Blaziken line. And you'll see each card is colored based on its type. So the fighting types are this sort of orange color, the fire types are this red color. So it will keep them all together.
I also can
And
see
we
the
get a
evolutions
line,
too. It's nice how it divides it.
yeah, and we get a horizontal sort of break between the stages. So we've got the basics, and then there's a line break, followed by the stage ones, and then there's a break, and then the stage twos. So just trying to make it as easy to digest as possible. That's the basic idea. Another cool extension of Cube Koga is once a cube has been built and shared, we can actually make decks for the cube. So you'll see your cube will have a decks tab, and people can submit decks that have been played for the cube. So I just click decks, and then I can just load someone's deck. So here we've got Slight's Crobeevee's deck, and it basically loads in exactly the same way. So we've got the Crobat line, the Houndoom line, a Holand's Magneton line, Pidgeot line, and so on. So that's really cool as well. And there's a few export options. So if we wanted to play this on PTCGO, assuming all the cards in your deck were on PTCGO, that's an option. We've got Tabletop Simulator. We can export to Untap. And we can also download a visual of the deck, just as an image. And in the same way with the cube, we've got the deck visual, where we can just see all the cards in the deck. If we click on a card, we actually get this nice pop-up. It will tell us the cards from, what the card is. Is it a Pokemon? Is it a supporter? And we just get some descriptive text of what the card is and how that functions. So I think the download's finished. So you see I downloaded Slight's deck here. I've now got this as an image. So I could post this somewhere if someone was interested in my deck. So that's mostly it for Cube Koga, to be honest. You might be interested in how we choose an image for our cubes. If I go to my decks and just find the deck I just created. No, that's not a deck, it's a cube, sorry. my cubes and go to the cube I just created, this P3 podcast cube demo. So right now you'll see it's private. I can make this a public cube, and then everyone on the site will be able to see it. And there's just a few questions on how you would describe your cube. So is it a block cube? Is it an unlimited cube? What's the power level of the cube? Just useful information that people can look at before deciding whether they want to dive in. And then I can actually choose like a cover image for my cube. So I could say this list has every single card that's in your cube. And you can just pick any card that's in your cube to be your sort of cube preview. And then I can provide a description. So this cube was made for a P3 podcast demo. There we go. Save changes. And now everyone will be able to see this on the front page. So if I go back to cubes, right now it's sorted by popularity, but I can search for it. I'll just search my name. So here it is, the P3 podcast cube demo with that Kingdra that I picked. So yeah, that's a very brief rundown of Cube Koga. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I mean, I'm sure anyone who's watching this who hasn't had a pretty much a log of their cube yet, I mean, this is definitely the easiest way to do it. Is there any plans for any future changes to the site that people can look forward to?
So in terms of future changes, drafting will come on here eventually. So people will actually be able to draft online with their friends by inviting them in the web browser. So that's something I'm really looking forward to getting added. I think that's the biggest change on the horizon.
For
So yeah.
sure. I'm sure that is no shortage of work for you too. I mean, that would be amazing. So definitely a lot to look forward to there.
Yep,
Well,
definitely.
I appreciate your time, and if you haven't checked out the site yet and you are interested in Cube, definitely check it out. If you need any help building your cubes, I recommend checking out the first 5 episodes of the P3 podcast, where Connor and I go into pretty much all the nitty gritties of beginner cube detail. So make sure to check those out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe because we have a ton of other cube content coming. But yeah, this has been Cube Koga in its entirety. So definitely check it out. Show Al some love. This is a great website. We'd love to blow it up even further. And make sure to share your own cubes if you have any cubes built on here. You can always share it in the Cube Discord. Links are in the description, or on Facebook at the Legend Box. Or if you have anything you want to share in the comments, or maybe anything you noticed you thought was really cool, we'd love to show Al some love there too. But I think that's going to do it for us. You've been listening to P3, and we'll see you guys next time.